I know you've been here before. There's a video that fires you up on Sunday night so you make a plan for the week. This is the version of yourself you're absolutely certain is going to show up. And then Thursday comes and it's gone. You're back to square one and you absolutely believe that there's something wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You've just been sold the wrong kind of motivation your whole entire life. And in this video, in the next few minutes, I'm going to explain what I mean and what you need to build instead. So what the world calls motivation, that wee surge of energy, a fired up feeling, that I can do anything state that doesn't last, it has a name, and I call it external motivation. It comes from outside you. There's a video or a book, some event you go to, a conversation you have with somebody that's all pumped up, and in that moment it's so real, but it's flawed, because soon after the source disappears, the motivation with it disappears every single time, because it was never your motivation to begin with. It was borrowed, and borrowed energy always runs out. Now here's something nobody's saying about the self-help industry. Nobody's saying it out loud anyway. Self-help industry runs on this principle. There's always another book, another event, another video. And it's not because the last one failed. It's because external motivation was designed to fade on a reliable schedule so that you have to keep coming back for more. That's the business model. So you haven't been failing with motivation, you've been using the wrong kind. I want to tell you a story about 4 boys that I grew up with, 4 other boys. 5 of us teenage footballers, all talented. I was honestly the least talented out of the 5 by a long stretch. But 3 were exceptional and 1 was very good. And I think one of the exceptional ones already had a contract. So here we are, hiding around the back of the off license, trying to get adults to get us alcohol. Well, that was 4 of us, because 1 guy wouldn't take part. And this was the very good player, not the exceptional player. So we laughed at him, obviously we joked, we taunted him. What's wrong with you, man? It's Saturday night. You're a bore. And he looked at the 4 of us and there was no hesitation, and he said, because I'm going to be a professional footballer. He didn't say I want to be, or I'm trying to be. He said I'm going to be. And he said it with the same certainty that he would have said something like tomorrow's definitely Sunday. And I was like absolutely blown away by this. I couldn't believe the audacity of this guy, because I didn't understand what was actually going on until 20 years later. So the 3 exceptional players went nowhere in the sport. This guy became a professional footballer in the English Premier League, 40 international caps for his country, retired early, 31, 32, with a very wealthy lifestyle. And remember, he wasn't the most talented in the group, nowhere near it. It was his subconscious mind had this certainty that none of us had, or even would have thought about having. His deep mind, the deeper part of him, expected it. And he had obviously trained his mind to believe this would happen. He had obviously trained his mind to create this expectation. So without mental effort, discipline, white knuckling his way through things, his behaviour organised itself around his expectation subconsciously, and everything worked automatically for him. And that Saturday night, he didn't need the motivation to say no. He didn't need to use willpower. He already knew where he was going, and he got there. And that's the difference between the 2 forms of motivation. Internal motivation is what happens when your subconscious mind genuinely expects an outcome to happen. I don't mean it hopes for it, or it wishes for it, or it wants it. I mean, it expects it. It expects it fully. Like the way you would expect the sun to come back up again tomorrow. When that level of expectation is operating, it's called total expectation. Motivation that flows from that is never ending. Train loads. You don't need a video, you don't need a seminar, You don't need to feel ready. It's just in you and you're just on. And it drives action in the way that hunger drives you to eat. Automatically, without question. And here's the most important thing. Internal motivation is not something that you either have or you don't have. It's something you can build on purpose, deliberately, through some easy daily practices. And that's what I'm creating this channel about. The system I use, that I teach, has 5 parts. Each part targets a specific layer of your identity and your expectation. Together they build the internal motivation that makes outside motivation unnecessary. So I've built a free guide that explains this internal versus external motivation thing properly, with the mechanisms behind it, how it works, and it's in the description below. And it's the starting point for everything. And if this video has landed for you, and I know it'll land for a lot of people, hit subscribe, because I'm only getting started and I'm going to be going a lot deeper into all this.